old show. This is the big 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 old show.
When presenting an award to an employee, athlete, executive, or fantasy GM, make sure you call Orvieto's Awards and More. For 35 years, these custom award specialists have been providing plaques, trophies, custom framing, while providing state-of-the-art laser and computerized engraving, UV printing, and glass crystal etching. They do all their engraving and printing in-house for quality control. Call Charles at 305-949-8098 or visit them at orvietosawards.com. Orvieto's Awards and More, where recognition is rewarding.
This is the big old show. This is the big old show. This is the big old show. This is the big old show.
For over 6.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
Miles an hour. That's a Category 4 hurricane. 3 deaths are reported in Florida after more than 24 were killed in the Caribbean. This.
The lost city of Atlantis reveals its secrets at Toyota of Hollywood. Get legendary deals on over 2,000 Toyotas, like a 2024 Corolla, not $24,000, $20,988. Unlock the wonders of 0% financing for 5 full years, 0 down. Rediscover Atlantis at Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street. Open till midnight.
Great. You have a doorbell camera. Now you have a front row seat to your house getting robbed.
They're breaking into my house!
Ooh, there goes the TV. I'm sure it'll turn up at the pawn shop.
No, not the TV!
Just because you can see them, that doesn't mean you can stop them. With Slogans, you get 24-hour monitoring, a free home security system, and professional installation. Plus, free doorbell camera, one that'll actually work for you.
Get out of my house! Get out of the house!
Call 1-800-ALARM-ME.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
Hi, this is Jeff Welt from Welton Rayom. Dan and I have been in business together for over 22 years. We're not your typical lawyers. When Dan's not working in the office, he's flying his stunt plane. When I'm not in the office, I'm either getting tattooed, bowling, riding a motorcycle, or going to concerts. We might not be your typical attorneys, but we are aggressive attorneys, and we'll do whatever it takes to get you what you deserve. Consultations are always free. Call us anytime, 24/7.
Welton Rayom can help. After 40 years, the Big Cheese Miami is still producing great Italian food. They started in 1984. Since then, they've been winning awards while being voted the best inexpensive Italian restaurant in Miami. Visit them for great food, amazing service. Witness the decades of Cane's memories. The walls are like a Miami Hurricanes Hall of Fame. The Big Cheese delivers anything on its menu or party platter menu to your home, office, or even a park for a picnic. Located at 8080 Southwest 67th Avenue, Miami. Call 305-662-6855. TheBigCheeseMiami.com, where they serve large portions at family prices.
If you're looking to take your home or business to the next level, then RM Contractors and Custom Drywall can assist you. RM specializes in new residential turnkey, new commercial turnkey, home and office remodeling. Call them for free estimates. Serving all of South Florida, licensed and insured. Call Ray or Mike, 305-345-3649. You work hard to create the perfect atmosphere. You dream it, we'll build it. RM Contractors and Custom Drywall, 305-345-3649. or Instagram at RMC Fisher Island.
The Crypto Bro Show is solely for entertainment purposes. Orlando Alzagari and his guests are not financial advisors or investments consultants. If you ever plan to invest, make sure you do your homework, talk to a professional, and understand investing is very risky and volatile. Good luck in any of your investments, and only invest what you're willing to lose.
Time to log into the blockchain and find out what's the latest in Bitcoin and crypto in our Crypto Bro Show.
Crypto Bros.
This segment brought to you by RM Contractors and Custom Drywall. Take your home or business to the next level with RM Contractors and Custom Drywall. Call Ray or Mike at 305-345-3649. You dream it, they'll build it. See their fantastic work on Instagram at RMC Fisher Island.
Crypto Bros.
Here's the Crypto Bro himself, Orlando Alzugari.
Oh, ho, 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 ho. Yes, it's a beautiful thing. The bull run is on every day. It's just getting better and better and better and better. And that's what it's all about. And this is why a lot of us, we kind of stuck through this whole thing, and we fought through the downs, you know, because there were moments. There were moments. Obviously, there were events that happened over the last 4 years, and we've had our times, our ups and downs, you know, and we talk about it all the time. And today, Bitcoin flirting with 69,000. Right now, it finds itself at 68,534. But every day, every single day, ETFs today took in $2.1 billion. Today, $2.1 billion. The richest, the smartest people in the world are doing something. Are you doing it? That's the question. As it says at the beginning of the show, we're not financial advisors here, but I'm going to follow those rich people. Not that I'll ever get rich, but hey, I might be able to pay some bills. In fact, I know I'm going to be able to pay some bills, which is what I want. Less bills on the table. You know what I'm saying? Less bills arriving in the mailbox every month. That would be nice, ladies and gentlemen. And we Yeah, we love talking about the saying on this show is volatility is opportunity, right? That's what we always say. Volatility is opportunity. And the short-sighted people, the ones that don't know about Bitcoin, that don't understand crypto, a lot of us here understand it. Those of you that are learning, I am congratulating you, and I am encouraging you, and I am thanking you, and I'm telling you, you're gonna be grateful that you made the effort of learning what the hell is going on, because you're going to build a better life for you and your family. That's what it's all about. And we talk about how you can't live in the day, in the week, in the moment, in the month of crypto, even in 6 months of crypto, because we just went through 6 bear months with Bitcoin. After the halving and everything, it went down, and I tell you, you can't live in the micro. You got to live in the macro. That's the other thing that we tell you all the time on our show, right? Been telling you that for years. This show's only 14 episodes old, but I mean, on my regular talk show that I have like a couple segments in, and I weave Bitcoin and crypto talk and all of that in there. I don't do it anymore now. It's got its own place, and I think it's better to do it this way. That way, everybody that wants to be involved in it, wants to talk about it, wants to ask questions about it, they can do it. And this is why I tell you, Bitcoin is up 3% today. Bitcoin is up 9% for the week. Bitcoin is up 11% for the month. Bitcoin is up 142% for the year. Bitcoin is up 255% in the last 2 years. Bitcoin is up 761% in the last 5 years. What awaits you the next 5 years? Do not live in the moment. Do not think about volatility in a day, in a week, in a month, in a couple of months. Hold. And what you do is, when there's volatility, there's opportunity, right? Because months ago, we shot up to an all-time high of 73.7. And that was your indicator. Wow, we're already going to 73.7. We're going to go much higher than that. And then you got the drop. And you dropped all the way as low as 49. So if you bought from that 73, if you bought at 49 and now you're back up to 70, you're making a lot of money. But if you panicked and sold, you lost money. You lost the opportunity. Volatility is opportunity. And that's the way you have to look at it. You cannot flinch. If you believe in what you're investing in any of the other altcoins, you do the same thing. Because that's how you're going to maximize your investment. The volatility is a feature that you've got to take advantage of. It's a beautiful thing. It's an amazing thing. By the way, 2.1 billion in ETF moving today. I mean, it's and by the way, here's a nugget for you. If Bitcoin, when Bitcoin hits 72,462, $33.1 billion of shorts will be liquidated. Do you know what kind of a boost that will catapult it immediately over 80,000? When those shorts are liquidated, and they will be liquidated at 72,462, it's only a matter of time. As I've told you for years now, this is only a matter of time that this takes over. Because, and we'll talk a little bit about it too, with the presidential race coming on. Again, I don't really care about either candidate. Both of them are going to help us. That's kind of the way I look at it. One might help you a little bit faster than the other. But both will help you. Now, I will explain why both will be, I mean, just there for you. Just now, if I don't know if I need to blow more smoke up your ass when it comes to what's happening. And for those of you that haven't gotten in or you're wondering what's going on, let's build a fire. Why don't we? Let's build a fire. We throw in logs. The more logs we throw in, the fire gets bigger and bigger and bigger, doesn't it? Okay, let's go. This is why you need to be bullish on Bitcoin, crypto, DeFi, the blockchain, everything that's going on, okay? First of all, we hit an all-time high before the halving. That's never been done in the 15 years of Bitcoin. That's bullish. And then after that, we have consolidated for 6 months around the prior high of 67. Stayed in the 60s. We hit 67 and 70, 71 several times in the last 6 months. So we were up and down right there in that channel. Such a bullish thing going on. Regulations are coming after the presidential election. I predict if Trump wins, regulations will come very fast. If Kamala wins, they'll get there, but it'll be a little slower because it's what they do on that side. All right. This is the first time after the halving that the exchanges are at all-time lows and they're going down. Every other halving that we've had every 4 years, the exchange totals were going up because they were mining a lot more and people weren't buying nearly as much, and we didn't have the ETFs and we didn't have the institutional money taking over. We didn't have countries and cities and unions and all kinds of people adding it to their balance sheets. We did not have that 4 years ago, 8 years ago, 12 years ago. So this time we have all of that. We have all of that going on. Countries are cutting rates everywhere. They're all printing money. Wait till I show you what the US just printed. Okay? Like I told you, financial institutions are buying Bitcoin now. Cities, counties, states, countries, unions. I mean, they're all adding it to their bottom line. And then FOMO hasn't even started yet. Joe Fan has not even started yet. Joe Fan still thinks, oh, it's a scam. Oh, it's not real. You know, they were listening to somebody stupid that doesn't know anything about it. I mean, it just, and the wirehouses are just starting. And this is just scratching the surface. That's all this is doing right now. Just scratching the surface. It couldn't be more exciting what's going on right now with Bitcoin. It could not. And with crypto and everything else. And right now, we look at the Bitcoin market and where we're at right now. Let me take off this. We're at 68,470. So hit around 69, and then we've been, screwing around like it normally does. It doesn't like stay right there. It did it when it hit 65 and 66 and 67 and 68, and now 69. So, and let me tell you something, because I got into this at the end of December. It'll be my 5th year. Okay. And when I got into it, it was the back end of the bull run for the last bull run. I got in on that second half. So from then till now is where I've had my experiences, and watching this, it is completely different, because now there is what's I called a mass adoption is going on, which we didn't have that 4 years ago. You certainly didn't have it 8 and 12 years ago. And all of that just empowers you to believe that this is just going to continue. And you're at 68,475. Now, I want you to remember this. One of the things that I remember from the last bull run, The weekends were bullish. The weekends were green. The weekends, it was going up also. It didn't like die out and stay leveled like it has now. Normally, it'll level off here on Friday, and by Monday morning, we're kind of in the same place, and then it starts to move again, one way or the other. You know what I'm saying? This is just, we're going up all the way. But my point is, if you start seeing 70 this weekend, this is officially like the monster bull run has started, because that's what happens with crypto. It's 7 days a week. It's 52 weeks a year. Okay. 365. It's every day. It's 24/7. It does not stop, and it's worldwide. And that's why I tell you, every country's printing now. So 68,475 right now, 68,478 right now. Remember, you can make a donation, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo, and you can make a Bitcoin or Ethereum donation, which you know we love our Bitcoin and Ethereum donations. Send in your questions there on Cash App or Venmo, your comments, your insults, whatever it is you want to do. And of course, R&M Contractors, a proud sponsor of this segment. And we thank Ray and Mike. They do amazing work, complete remodel, kitchen upgrades, even with appliances, waterproofing for your terrace and your balcony, flood test report. Lord knows that is important. We didn't talk about, it's like we didn't have institutions and all that buying Bitcoin 4 years ago. We weren't really worried about flood test reports 4 years ago. Now you got to be worried about our flood test report. So call the experts there at R&M Contractors, Ray and Mike, if you live here in South Florida, and they will take care of you. 305-345-3649. That's the owner's cell number. So you're going to get Ray right away. And, once your bags blow up, you're going to improve your home. You call Ray and Mike. And by the way, you could talk Bitcoin with Ray. He's a big Bitcoin guy, too, on top of all of that. All right, we got a bunch of stuff going on the show. Let me see what we got here. What do we got? Let me see. Oh, well, thank you. Ray, appreciate you, my brother. Thank you. Made a donation on Cash App or Venmo. He did it on Venmo. I appreciate you, my brother. Thank you. Making that Bitcoin donation. I love it. Thank you. Very kind, very supportive. I appreciate it immensely. What else do we have? Let me see. Okay. What else? Oh, yes. Now let's get to some of this other stuff. All right. Before I play this, I want you guys to know that I don't care about either party. Okay? I don't. But because, some people get all butthurt about one party or the other. I'll explain. I think both of them are going to help us in a big time way. That's kind of the way I look at it. I think that when it's all said and done, we're going to benefit from either presidency. But I give credit where credit is due. And there is a Bitcoin PAC now that has put together a Donald Trump commercial. And listen, man, we're here. We're talking money. We're talking Bitcoin. I don't care about the politics. I really am not a fan of either side anyway. If anybody listens to my show, I'm not a fan of Trump or Harris. I'm not a fan of Democrats. I'm not a fan of Republicans. Once you learn about Bitcoin and money, you don't care about either side anymore. You just wonder, how are they going to help us? You know what I'm saying? That's kind of the way. And I'll explain that too, on top of all of that. But Harris hasn't really gone all in and talked about crypto and what she's going to do. And that's where I have to give Trump credit, because he has gone all in, whether you believe what he's saying or not, whether you think he's grifting or not, whatever it is. Republicans are well aware of Bitcoin. They are the leading party when it comes to Bitcoin. We all know that. Okay, Cynthia Lummis is the one that's creating the Bitcoin reserve. So if Trump wins, that Bitcoin reserve is going to kick in. Okay, but I give Trump credit Now, I mean, I give the Bitcoin PAC credit because they're trying to promote Bitcoin. Well, there's one candidate out of the two that has been completely pro and got on board, even though, like 5 months ago, he hated Bitcoin and thought the dollar was the answer because he doesn't really know about Bitcoin. He doesn't know shit. But the people around him do. And so I give him credit that he has gotten on board and understands it. Look at this commercial.
In a world where innovation drives progress, Donald Trump stands at the forefront of America's technological revolution.
We will ensure that the future of crypto and the future of Bitcoin will be made in America. We're going to keep it right here.
Under Donald Trump's leadership, we'll harness the power of Bitcoin, creating thousands of jobs, fostering innovation, and putting America at the cutting edge of financial technology.
And instead of attacking industries of the future, we will embrace them, including making America the world capital for crypto and Bitcoin.
Vote Trump for American jobs, American innovation, and a digital future where America leads.
Hey, man, I call and he's doing the right thing. He's reaching out to this community and telling them what he's going to do because we are worried about self-custody. We are worried about mining. We are worried about staking. We are worried about look at what Italy just did. They raised their what's it called, the tax from 26 to 42%, capital gains tax from 26 to 42. And we're sitting here going, well, what is going to happen if Kamala gets in? Is she going to do that? Because there's been talk, even for you really rich people, like taxing on unrealized gains yet. Like, wait a minute. If I haven't sold, how are you going to tax me? Are you kidding me? So you're going to give me my money back when I lose too? I mean, screw you, that kind of stuff. So this is, you've got to address these kind of things. A lot of people are going to end up voting with their pockets, with their wallets. I'm just saying. And the other side has not done anything like this. Okay? Because they haven't associated themselves with the crypto market like the Republicans overall have. Not just the Trump thing, a Republican. Again, I'm not a fan of Trump. I'm not a fan of Harris or Biden. I'm not a fan of any of them, okay? I don't like any of these candidates. I don't think they're going to help us because they're all incompetent. Trump printed $8 trillion last time. He's going to print way more this time, so it's going to increase the value of Bitcoin. I know that. And Harris is going to spend a ton too, so they're both going to help us. They're both going to print $10+ trillion in the next 4 years, whichever one gets in. So they're both going to help us and kill our economy and kill our dollar and all of that. But those of you that got into Bitcoin, you're going to get ahead of most everybody else in the world, because you're going to have a leg up when it's all said and done. It's sad, but that is what's going to end up happening because dollars are being destroyed everywhere. So I give them credit. Okay, again, not a fan of either, but I give them credit because you're addressing something that people are concerned about. And to me, that's what you're supposed to do as a candidate. You know what I'm saying? All right, so spot ETFs, as we told you today, they're breaking all kinds of records. They did 2.1 billion today, which is just absolutely crazy. It's stuff that we have not seen ever, that Bitcoin ETFs would be exploding the way that they're exploding. It's just absolutely beautiful because when you talk about the Bitcoin ETFs, we're talking about something that has really benefited all of us. It helps get more people in the mainstream on board without having to go get a self-custody wallet, learn about the 12 words, learn about how to buy and sell crypto, understand what you're buying. And, sometimes you've got to, put the exact decimal and how much you want and all that kind of stuff that you got to understand what a Satoshi is and all that kind of stuff. Well, with an ETF, you don't have to understand that. A professional on the other side is doing the buying for you. And this is why banks eventually will also have custody of crypto. Do I want a bank holding my crypto? No, of course not. I'm good enough. I'm smart enough. I can hold it on mine. I have my 12 words and we're good. That's fine. I don't need help from anybody. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people, if you're going to get them in there, you're going to have to help them. And that's where these banks are going to come in. So in a way, banks will be a bridge to help some of these people actually get in, which is cool. Because that's how you first get them in. You educate them, you get them going, and then eventually they get the bug and they really take off. All right, gold. Gold topped over 2,700 for the first time in history as precious metals extends its breaking record run. And again, this is happening because people are realizing dollars are dying everywhere. So not everybody is into Bitcoin yet, but people know about gold and silver. And so a lot of people are buying gold to save, and they're buying silver to eventually use for transactions. That's kind of the way they're looking at it on that side, okay? For me, Bitcoin is the way to go because you can carry it everywhere. You can't carry gold and silver. What is this, the 1850s? You're going to hand it to somebody, they're going to bite it? Let's see if it's really, come on, man. What are we doing here? You know what I'm saying? There's a reason why gold failed as money decades ago. Decades ago, it failed. It cannot actually really translate in a real economy. It can't be transacting from one side of the world to the other where Bitcoin can do that within seconds. And you can't just do that with gold. So no matter what, and you end up finding 2 to 3% of gold's total every year, you're adding more and more gold. It's not finite. You know, Bank of America, by the way, warns that gold may be the last safe haven, a U.S. Treasury facing risk from surging national debt. So the banks are telling you that gold, they won't tell you Bitcoin because, they have money and they control money and gold. And, gold is also manipulated, which is different too. So they recognize the problems that are going on. And at least Bank of America is now starting to say it. I mean, then again, that is the company that, I don't know, the other day, their customers lost all their money. All of a sudden they went and they had zero, So Bank of America isn't necessarily the thing that you will trust when it's all said and done. Anyway, let's move on. Kudos to Venmo. Venmo now is bettering themselves and their customers. Well, you just saw my man Ray just sent me Bitcoin through Venmo, made a donation to the show through Venmo and Bitcoin, which absolutely awesome. Thank you, Ray. Thank you. And you can now, when it comes to Venmo, Venmo users can now buy Bitcoin and crypto using MoonPay, which is pretty cool. If you buy sometimes on Exodus, they also use MoonPay. MoonPay is in a lot of places for crypto. It's kind of a crypto bank exchange, so it helps a lot of crypto services. So smart by Venmo. The only thing I would tell Venmo is you got to add more crypto. You only have like 4. I think it's Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and Bitcoin Cash. That's it. Those are the 4 cryptos that they have. Well, 3 cryptos and 1 Bitcoin. So those are the only things they offer. Now, let's get back to the point that we talk about with regulations. When regulations come in, I would imagine the Venmos and the Cash Apps are going to add more variety of cryptos like Solana and things like that, that eventually you'll add something like that. The Dow, by the way, for those of you that keep up with the stock market, it hit an all-time high today. Pretty amazing. 43,275 right now. The Dow Jones Industrial Average. Pretty amazing, man. So the economy is rocking. Toncoin, at least certain part of the economy is rocking. The rich people are rocking. Toncoin, which, is tied with Telegram, and the owner has some issues, but they are also involved in crypto. And now Ton's integration of Telegram's 950 million users could drive mainstream DeFi adoption, according to a new report now. And you've got to onboard as many people as possible. Cash App and Venmo are making it easier for people to get to crypto. Toncoin and Telegram are doing the same thing. I know Elon eventually will do it with his platform on X. All of these things are very important. Like I told you with banks, while I'm not going to have my crypto held by a bank, because if the bank goes down, I'm not going to be able to get my crypto. You know what I mean? Like I could get my crypto anytime, anywhere, because I have it here in my head. So I'm done. I don't have to worry about it. You know what I'm saying? But to get people involved, I think it's really, really important. And so what Toncoin is doing, I think, is enormous. And we need as many vehicles as possible hooking up crypto. We need it. We have to have it. If we don't have it, we're pretty much dead in the water, is what it is. It won't grow. That's the thing. And we want it to grow. Now, I want to give you a reason why you want to also be bullish. I gave you a bunch of reasons why you need to be bullish. Here's the other reason why you need to be incredibly bullish. This is what's going on right here. Look at that. Look at that. You know what that is? That's the U.S. debt increase. $455 billion. That's nearly $500 billion in just 3 weeks. The government that's in place right now is giving out money everywhere, all over the world too, obviously. $455 billion printed in 3 weeks. It wasn't in their wallet. You know what I mean? Like I laugh when, FEMA's running out. They won't run out of money. They never run out of money. They print. So if they need more for FEMA, they'll print it. And if Ukraine needs more money, they'll print it. And if there's a storm, they'll print it. And if there's a pandemic, they'll print it. And if they're going to do a new bill, they'll print it. And if they got to build this, they'll print it. And whatever it is, they'll print. And what do you think happens to the dollar? That's $500 billion they just added in 3 weeks. $500 billion in 3 weeks. I told you the next president will print at least 10 trillion. At least. Probably more. If you just printed $500 billion in 3 weeks, at what pace are we going? That's why you have inflation, because they keep printing the dollar. There's more dollars on the street, so the dollar's worth less. And you know, the strange part about all of this is that the DXY is going up. That's the part that, you know, blows you away also when you look at what's going on with Bitcoin and the dollar, right? The dollar was going up. And we're like, well, wait a minute. How does that make sense? Right? So let me show you something. I'm going to show you something really interesting. Dollar was climbing. Look at it here. Let me take this graph out. Dollar was climbing. Look at it. It was climbing up, boom. And when it starts going down, that's when risk assets start exploding. So it just started going down now, and Bitcoin started pumping. But the strange part is Bitcoin was pumping along the way with the dollar, which is not normal. A lot of things haven't been normal. You don't normally hit an all-time high before the halving. You normally don't screw around the former all-time high consolidating. You know, these are things that are happening that people have to understand that are freakish. That's going on with Bitcoin. And that's why when you look at what's going on here, this is crazy, dude. And now you're going to be printing more and more money. And it doesn't matter which one gets in. Trump printed a record $8 trillion. We're waiting to see what the final numbers of Biden is. Maybe he'll beat Trump. But whoever's next, Trump or Harris, they will beat the former records that are placed in. It doesn't matter because we're a debt-ridden society. And so eventually you won't have that many ups anymore with the dollar. Eventually it'll start to just go down and down and down. And then that's when Bitcoin and gold and silver are going to just absolutely explode. Absolutely explode. There you go, folks. So I hope you got a little information today on the program. Eric says, I hope it doesn't go too high. I'm getting my retirement in December 2025. Oh, dude, by December of 2025, we're close to 250, 300, somewhere like that. We'll be over 100,000 by the end of the year. And then next year, going into the first 6 months, I think we're going to go to 250,000 next year. Yeah, because of all these things that I laid out to you, they will not stop. They will continue to print money, you know? So just saying. I'm just saying. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just looking at what's going on, and that's what I'm going by. That's all I can do. Go by that. Go by what I see, unfortunately. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate all of you out there, as always, for tuning in. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If we have some explosion tomorrow, maybe I'll do a short show and keep you updated on anything going on in the world of Bitcoin. Remember, you can always send me a question at Twitter at Big O Show. If you got any crypto questions, send them there. Don't forget to watch some of the old shows, yesterday's show, the day before. Hit the like button. Please support us. Help us grow this part of the channel. We'd appreciate it immensely. We thank all of you out there. If you send in a super chat, whether you made a donation, Cash App, or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That's Cash Big O Show, and you can make a Bitcoin or Ethereum donation. We appreciate it immensely. Everybody out there, have a fantastic and blessed weekend. Keep stacking those sats, baby. Keep doing it because you know you're doing the right thing.
The Crypto Bro Show is brought to you by RM Contractors and Custom Drywall. From complete makeovers for homes or condos to impact windows and doors to drywall with level 5 finish. Call Ray or Mike at RM Contractors and Custom Drywall. 305-345-3649. You dream it, they'll build it. See their exceptional work on Instagram at RMC Fisher Island.
Crypto Bros.
Follow Big O for more crypto insight on X or Twitter at Big O Show.